it. This is the last week that we have for regular season predictions. So we're gonna spend some time together. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna do a giveaway. Now I got two giveaways here. One giveaway is gonna be for everybody, and then the next giveaway is going to be specifically for members of the family. So if you're not a member of the family, make sure you join up. It's gonna be something really good. Today we have a giveaway here for it looks like score. Yes, score 2023 football cards. There's 22 cards, 6 packs per box. I think it's at 132 cards total. 132 cards inside. So yeah, hopefully you get some good rookies. Hopefully you get an autograph of a nice rookie. That'd be cool, right? And there you go. There you go. So we'll go ahead and give this away today. And yeah, all you got to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that bell, turn on your notifications, and we'll do a little bit of trivia later. And then you guys will have a chance to win. Yeah, these cards here. These cards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies. Got ourselves a little show here. I'll wait till you guys trickle in before we get started as far as with the prediction. Shout out to Scott. What up, yo? What's going on with you? Scott says, Jay, reason that box is for me. Let's go. Brian says, Bills in the house. What up, Brian? Shout out to you, man. Perwinkle in the house. Eric in the building. Let's go. Shout out to Megan. How you guys doing tonight? How's everybody doing? It's been a great evening for your boy Jay. It's always a good time. Excited to be here. Marble Sky, what up, yo? What's going on with you? Proud Cowboys fan present. I see you. So yeah, like I said, if you just pop it in, we're gonna give away some cards here. We're gonna give away this Score 2023 box. This is gonna be open for all subscribers. We'll do some trivia at the end of the show, and we'll give away this box of cards. The other box that I had coming for the members of the family is not here yet, but when it is here, we'll go ahead and do that giveaway as well. So yeah, make sure you guys lock it in if you have not joined the family. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a great giveaway, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. So when that comes in, we'll do it. But for right now, this one's going to be open to everybody. All right. Shout out to Eric. Says, Jay, I have 800 writing on the Bills straight up. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to get into it, bro. We're going to get into the Bills. I think the biggest thing that I'm having right now is the inconsistent play, but we'll get into it. Bro. Shout out to Douglas. Is the last game of the season is going to be worth watching if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan. I did hear that Brock is going to be out. That was the news. Brock is going to be out, and we should see Darnold in. Yeah, Darnold's in. So, yeah. Shout out to Corey. Says, hey, Jay, Diggs having another problem with the Bills. Was watching NFL Network, and supposedly he's not happy again with the playbook. Thoughts? Yeah, so we always run into these issues with, specific individuals and specific players, and we have these conversations time and time again as far as certain people being divas when they step out on the field or when they're in the locker room and, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of passion. I'm a big fan of showing heart, determination, and grit. But at the end of the day, I think it boils down to, the player not becoming a cancer in the locker room and actually going out there and making a difference for the team. If you don't like what's being called, on the playbook, maybe you need to find different ways to stand out, opposed to just whining about it, complaining about it, spazzing out on different teammates, or just having poor production because you don't feel like you're being treated fairly, you're not, getting enough catches, all that kind of stuff. It's really unfortunate because we had the conversation about Diggs before. Obviously, he's talented. I like the man. I just don't like how sometimes he can be a diva. But, wide receivers have that tendency of being divas sometimes, and that's just the reality of it. Whether or not Diggs is going to be able to perform, I think that's going to be a big, big question mark moving forward, especially when it comes to Sunday. But we'll get into it. Shout out to Bob. What up, man? What's going on with you? Interesting thing says, yo, I put the stream on. I thought Jay was ludicrous with the glasses. Much love to you, man. I don't look like Luda. Stop it. I do not look like no Luda. Get out of here. Brian says, how about a wrench gang giveaway or for the moderators for some of us that aren't fast to type or my problem? Yeah, like I said, Brian, I have another box coming for members of the family. So that'll basically be wrench gang members of the family. Those two are included. But yeah, I'm waiting for it to come. So this giveaway that we're doing today, this is specifically going to be for open for all subscribers. And when that next box should be here soon. I got an update that it was pending, but it hasn't shipped yet. So I got stuff coming in from different places and different stores. But once it comes in, we'll do the giveaway for you guys as well. So yeah. Eric says, so we need our Bills good. Our Bills got. Yo. We'll get into it, man. We'll get into it. Shout out to you, Bob. All right. Good says, I don't want that red rush. You sure you don't want the red rush, man? You don't want the red color rush? You don't want that, bro? You know what? I'm feeling just a little given today. I might give away the red color rush. We'll see. Depending on how many people we get in here, I might give it away. I might sign it and give it away. I'm feeling a little giving today. Right? Got the cards. I might do a jersey. We'll see. Eric says Dolphins Chubb is hurt. Bills will run it all day. Eric, we gotta wait to the last part. All right, you trying to push me to the edge and move the show in the direction that you want to move it on. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't gonna get into exactly what's been going on, but today has been the day that there has been some people that have been trying to push Jay over the edge. They've been trying to push Jay over the edge, and I've had to remain calm. I've had to stay steady and focused and committed to my thought process, my will, my determination, and everything that I stand for, because today people have been trying to test Jay. They have been trying to test Jay because they don't know. And it comes in a sense of peace, in a sense of giving, in a sense of nature. But sometimes I'll post a joke, and sometimes the joke will be a little, be a little on edge. I get it. But at the same time, the reality is this. I stand on everything that I say. Now, if I do offend somebody or if I make somebody upset, within reason, I will apologize. But it's going to be very, very hard fought for you to break things down to me. That's going to make it seem like I did something wrong when I know what I said was in good heart and it was playful and it meant nothing against anybody and it didn't offend anybody, or it shouldn't have offended anybody. And if I do have to explain it to you, then that means that you may have taken the joke out of context and you may just not understand it. And I'll help you understand it and we can break it down and then we can basically go from there, because at the end of the day, I will always be me. I'm not going to change for anybody. I'm not going to make adjustments for anybody. We've grown to 67,000 subscribers by me being me. And we're going to keep going with the same individual that you're seeing on the screen. You want to hit me up? You want to talk to me? Shoot me an email. Call me on Facebook. People call me all the time, talk about different stuff. I help people out. People hit Jay, I got a problem with this. Jay, I got a problem with that. All right, let's fix it. All right, let's take care of it. Let's get through it. Let's figure it out. At the end of the day, Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, whatever day I'm streaming, everyone's back here like normal. So when you hit me up and you want to have those kind of conversations and you want to talk about these kind of things, please make sure you are ready and qualified to talk about it, because I am. Shout out to Omar. What up, man? What's going on with you? Silverados says, keep being Jay. You already know, man. You already know. Bob says, I learned a lot today, Jay. Listen, I think the beautiful thing is this. I think at the end of the day, there's going to be certain situations that will open your eyes, right? And I think when it comes to specific situations, and not only in life, before, because I do think this is important. Before we get to the predictions and all the football stuff, this is very important, right? Uh, because it's not just about sports. People get really upset and then they tie things into other things, and we need to discuss it. I think the reality is this: there are things in life that people don't really understand, and they're having a tough time with right now in their life, and they're looking for someone to either reach out to them and help them, or they're looking for someone to basically help them break things down, and they're looking for some kind of substance and meat. I'll tell you this though: there is multiple ways to get that from me. Hitting me up in the comments and saying that what I said offended you and made you upset is not one of them. Reach out to me directly, shoot me an email, call me, and I will give you all the meat that you want. We can. All right, pause on that one. I will give you all the informative information that you want, and then we can go that route as far as figuring out what we need to, and then we can grow as a family. So there you go. Shout out to James coming through with the $5 super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing out Ric Flair. Turn it up, Ric Flair. Do it again. One more time for the people in the back. All right. Shout out to you, James. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, as James says, I'm a Raider fan, but I'm also a J fan. Love your lives during the games, bro. Yeah, man. It's always great. Corey says, real talk, bro. Can't agree with you more. Omar says, always supporting you. You're the man. Shout out to you, Omar. Much love, man. Herwinkle says, this is how you suck out the good people. Get a handle. Hey, listen, I think at the end of the day, the reality is this: when you start to understand the big scheme of things and what we've done here as far as a community, I have people hit me up all the time. Like I said, they'll contact me multiple different ways. We'll talk about various different things. And I always spread a message of, good positive vibes, good intent. And, I love to help people. I love to look out for people because people look out for me. And I feel like we have probably one of the best communities on YouTube. So, the reality is this. I like to tell jokes. We tell jokes all the time. How would it be if Jay just sat here and was like, oh, all right, guys, it's 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes drops back. All right, touchdown. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you. Bye. No, we have a lot of conversations. People ask me questions about life. People ask me questions about the relationships. People ask me questions about them, having issues in school, depression, relationship stuff, faith, all kinds of things. And so, one thing that I've never had to do is I've never had to go out the realm of basically explaining to people, why I'm qualified to speak the way that I do and why I have the kind of intellect and why I have the kind of experience that I do in helping people. And so when you've applied the amount of time that I have and the amount of influence that I have over the years, beyond even YouTube or social media, anything like that, I've always been the individual who wanted to help people so that they can grow and get further, no matter at whatever cost it came to me. So, I have to make this be known now because there's people out there who listen to me and people who don't say anything and people in the silent majority who do see these posts and different things like that and may see people get upset and things like that and not understand why they are. And that's the unfortunate thing about people taking things out of context, because it's really hard to understand somebody's intention and somebody's I want to say behavior and as far as who they are if you really don't know them and if you really haven't spent enough time understanding who they are, what they've done for the community, and how they give back. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to you, Patty. What's going on with you? James is good vibes only. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Forrest Green says, let's go Bills Mafia. Bob says some people take things way out of context. That's just the reality of it. That's just the reality of it. Once again, it's not going to change anything specifically. And I'm still going to do what I do. Corey says, just lost my best friend a year ago. My friend used to watch you, and that's how I came here. Appreciate the time you had to talk to us about life and all that. And, that's touching to me, Corey, for multiple reasons. And I'll tell you why. I I'm not going to mention their name because I respect privacy, and some of these situations are very, very uh, sensitive. But there's another individual who I can say this. It was there. There was a spouse. It was husband and wife, and this wife lost her husband, and her husband watched me all the time. Every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, he was watching me. And unfortunately, rest in peace to his soul. He passed away, and now his wife watches me those same days. So when people ask questions as far as, well, Jay, how are you giving back to the community? I've had conversations with these people. I've consulted with these people. I said, hey, reach out to me if you need anything. I'm always here to talk. Out of 67,000 people now, I've had so many people reach out to me and tell me different stories as far as how I've helped them. And, we've talked about different things about life. And I've spent countless hours off stream helping people when it came to money, monetarily, not even monetarily things, but having conversations, prayer, things like that. Prayer goes a long way. So, I'm not sitting here telling you all this to boost the ego or say anything about what I do to big me up. But I think the reality is this: there's a lot of things that goes on beyond the channel that a lot of people don't know about that should be considered when people think they need to question me when I make a joke. But there you go. There you go. Shout out to James, says we all need each other. We're stronger as a team. Peace. Love to you all. Yeah, man. But yeah, Corey, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. May he rest in peace. And I think obviously I'm not sure what your faith is or what you believe in, but I do feel like the souls of the lost individuals are still looking down on us, and I'm sure that he's still with you in spirit, my friend. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Shout out to Rab, says you are just honest and as real as I can tell. Listen, I've never had a reason to sit here and try to navigate any kind of scenario where I had no reason to be honest about anything when it came to life. And that resonates with me because I want to be able to share an experience with people that's not only real, but an experience that, we can come together as like friends and family. Because at the end of the day, what's sports about, right? Coming together with individuals that you want to have a good time with. And that's what this has been all about since I started it. Right in the beginning, there was no money, there was no super chats, there was no ad revenue. I was just doing it because I love to do it. Obviously, sure, the money came with it, but that never was the driving factor behind starting this channel and it growing to where it is now. And like I said, I'll always be the same person. We'll always keep it going. But I feel like I had to say that tonight. It was very important to get that across. So with that said, we're gonna move on. I think I've got that across. We're doing a giveaway tonight. We're gonna give away some Score 2023 football cards, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have not, make sure you do subscribe. This giveaway will be open for everybody. It's 132 cards. There's some rookies in here. It says ultra rare inserts, including all hands team, top 100, hard score, and more. Bunch of new rookies, all that kind of stuff. So this should hopefully be a nice box for you guys. Also, I'm still waiting for one more box for the family. This is going to be a family and the Wrench Gang exclusive giveaway for those guys. That is in the mail. It was prepping. It should have been here by now, but I'm sure they still backed up because of the holiday. But that should be here soon, and then we'll do that one for the Wrench Gang as well as the family. So there we go. All right. Father Tom says football is so boring after Jay talks. Joseph says, I just got back from basketball practice. I love you, man. Good to see you again. Shout out to you, man. Let's go. Timothy Jordan, what up, man? What's going on with you all the way from Facebook? Let's go up in Chicago. Shout out to the Chi-Town. Let's go, man. Let's go. Chicago in the building. All right, so let's do this first. I want to go ahead and get into the playoff implications, and then we're going to get into the prediction for Week 18. Now, the playoff picture, ladies and gentlemen, the playoff picture. And let me just move this over so I could get you guys in here the right way. Come on, come on. Move this over. All right, there we go. All right, so the NFL playoff matchups, as stated, we're going to have for the AFC: Colts at Miami, Bills at Kansas City, Browns at the Jags, and the wild card round will be obviously Baltimore for the 1 seed. For the NFC, you've got the Packers at Dallas, Packers at the Cowboys, you got the Rams at the Lions, Eagles at the Buccaneers, and for the round 1 bye, it's going to be the 49ers, the other 1 seed as well. Now, as far as the Week 18 playoff clinching scenarios for the AFC, you got the Houston Texans, who are 9-7. The matchup at Indianapolis is going to be on Saturday at 8:15. Obviously, if Houston can clinch with the win or a Jacksonville loss or tie. So hopefully, obviously, Houston's hoping to win this game so they can clinch. But obviously, if they don't, if Jacksonville loses, then they can still get in. As far as the Colts go, the Colts, there's basically the same kind of situation. Indianapolis win, but plus, Jags loss, or Indianapolis tie plus Jags loss, or the Indianapolis win, or the Indianapolis tie plus Pittsburgh loss or tie. I know it sounds all kind of crazy, but it's just how it is. All the kind of tie stuff in there too. Now, as far as your Steelers, they'll be 9-7. They're going to be playing Baltimore on Saturday. Steelers can clinch a playoff berth with a win plus a Buffalo loss, or Pittsburgh win plus Jacksonville loss or tie, or Pittsburgh win plus Houston Indianapolis tie, or Pittsburgh tie plus Jacksonville loss plus Houston Indianapolis doesn't end in a tie. And the last and final way that the Steelers can clinch a playoff berth will be a Jacksonville loss plus Denver win plus Houston Indianapolis doesn't end in a tie. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy as far as for the Jags. After that, it's going to be Miami. Obviously, we know they're playing the Bills on Sunday, and they're already but the Bills have a chance of winning the AFC East. So this is going to be a definite huge game for Miami and Buffalo, because it's going to be for the title for the AFC East. After that, as far as for the Bills, going to be at Miami. Bills will clinch the AFC East with a win, or if they do lose, a Pittsburgh tie, a Jacksonville loss. Well, Pittsburgh tie or loss, Jacksonville tie or loss, or Houston, Indianapolis tie. And if the Bills do lose, those are the other options for them to get to the playoffs. Next after that, it's going to be the Jags going against Tennessee on Sunday. Jags will obviously clinch if they win or if they tie plus Indianapolis Houston tie. They can also clinch with a Jacksonville tie plus Pittsburgh loss or tie, or Pittsburgh loss plus Denver loss or tie plus Indianapolis Houston does not end in a tie. This sounds so crazy, doesn't it? It sounds crazy. Shout out to Chris. What up, man? Says, come on, Jay. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? We'll get into that in a little while. Mass petition. Anyone else? Easier just say Bills. I know. But this is, when you want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, this is, all the finite details. So getting into the NFC, obviously we got Dallas Cowboys 11-5. They're going to be playing Washington on Sunday. They will clinch the NFC East title with a win or Dallas tie plus Philadelphia tie, or a Philadelphia loss. After that, it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 8-8. They're going to be playing the Panthers. Tampa Bay will clinch the NFC South title with a Tampa Bay win or Tampa Bay tie plus New Orleans loss or tie. They can also clinch a playoff berth if they tie plus Seattle loss plus Green Bay loss or tie. After that's going to be the Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints. That's going to be on Sunday at 1 p.m. Atlanta will clinch the NFC South title with a win plus a Tampa Bay loss. After that's going to be the Saints. They're also 8-8. They'll clinch the NFC title, South title with a New Orleans win plus Tampa Bay loss or tie, or New Orleans tie plus Tampa Bay loss. The Saints can clinch a playoff berth with a New Orleans win plus Seattle loss or tie plus Green Bay loss or tie, and a New Orleans tie plus Seattle loss plus Green Bay loss. Yeah, I mean this is ridiculous, but we'll have a better idea as far as what happens when Sunday comes. All right, next up is going to be Philadelphia 11-5. They're going against the Giants. Philadelphia clinches the NFC East title with a win plus Dallas loss or tie, or Philadelphia tie plus Dallas loss. After that's going to be the Seahawks. They're 8-8. They'll be playing Arizona. They can clinch a playoff berth with a win plus Green Bay loss or tie, or they can tie plus Green Bay loss, Tampa Bay loss or tie. Tie again plus Green Bay loss plus New Orleans loss or tie. All right. Two more. We got your Packers who are 8-8. They're going against the Bears. I think that's going to be a hell of a game for sure. That's going to be on Sunday at 4:25. The Packers can clinch a playoff berth with a win, or they can tie plus Seattle loss or tie plus New Orleans loss or tie. Green Bay tie plus Seattle loss plus Tampa Bay loss, or Green Bay tie plus Seattle tie plus Tampa Bay loss or tie, or Minnesota loss tie plus Seattle loss plus Tampa Bay loss, or Minnesota loss or tie plus Seattle loss plus New Orleans loss. So everybody just basically needs to lose, and Green Bay needs to win for them to get in. Basically, the most simplest form. There you go. As far as for the Vikings, they're 7-9, and this is last but not least. They're going against Detroit. All right. Vikings can clinch a playoff berth with a win plus Green Bay loss plus Seattle loss plus Tampa Bay loss, or Minnesota win plus Green Bay loss plus Seattle loss plus New Orleans loss. And there you go. Those are your playoff implications for Week 18. My goodness, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shout out to you, Bob. Joseph says, did you hear about Tyreek Hill catching fire? I got a quick breaking news alert for it, but I didn't have a chance to read into it. Does anybody know like exactly what happened and what was really going on? Because I didn't have a chance to really break into the story. Five times is basically there are no teams playing for anything this weekend. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday for sure. Bad Fire at the Hills Mansion. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check it out. Definitely have to check it out. All right, so just so you guys don't forget, make sure you subscribe and, of course, hit that thumbs up. We're going to be giving away this Score 2023 box of football cards. 132 cards inside, new rookies for 2023. Maybe there's an autograph in here. It says, like I said, it says look for rookie signatures green. So for the lucky winner of this, maybe you get some good cards, and it'll be a nice little investment for you. There you go. There you go. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and of course subscribe. We'll be doing the giveaway. These are open to all subscribers after the prediction, and then the boxes for members of the family and the Wrench Gang will be in soon, and we'll get you guys taken care of too. All right. Forrest says Bills are playing for divisional title. That is a fact. I'm praying for him and his family, hoping no one got hurt. Yeah, that's let's talk about it. I'll try and find it now, and then we'll get into it. Base player says, Jay, sign the box. I think I can do that. Permanent marker, maybe. I mean, it'd be on the sticker, though. That's the problem. I don't want to open it like this, all like the cellophane here. We'll figure it out. Let's break into this, and then we'll get into the predictions. So, Tyreek Hill, house fire. All right. Here we go. Fire heavily damaged home of Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill, Fire Marshal says. This was updated a minute ago? Oh, no, at 5:52. 5:52 at the 1 minute read. Says the Southwest Ranches, Florida home of Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill was badly damaged in a fire Wednesday, according to a fire marshal. The fire has been extinguished, and officials are waiting to conduct an investigation to determine the cause of the fire. Davie Fire Rescue Fire Marshal Robert Taylor told CNN. Crews responded to the home in the town of Southwest Ranches Wednesday around 1:53 after receiving a 911 call from the residents, Taylor said everyone inside had evacuated the time. By the time firefighters arrived, he said Taylor confirmed the home belongs to Hill. At least 20 units from the Davie Fire Rescue, Southwest Ranches Fire Department, and Broward County Sheriff's Office Fire Rescue responded to the scene. The home was heavily damaged, Taylor added. Hill left practice early after he was alerted to the fire. According to multiple reports, no injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is unknown. So obviously the most important part of it is no one was injured. So that's a really good thing. And obviously, I'm sure he has some kind of, home insurance. So the house should be taken care of. Really unfortunate though. Really unfortunate, to have a house fire. I'm sure they're going to do some kind of investigation to figure out, why it happened, how it happened, and then go from there. But like I said, the most important thing is nobody was injured, and they should be okay. This actually looks like a pretty nice house, very nice house actually. I'll try to let me see if I can put a picture of it up on the screen for you guys to see it because it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Let's see if I can. Can I pull up this picture? Come on, Jay, get it together. Here we go. There we go. So this is the house. Big, nice pool in the back. It's like a side view. I can't really tell how many bedrooms it is or nothing like that, but this is a fairly large property. Nice palm trees. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 fire trucks out there. The ladder's extended all the way to the roof. I'm not sure if that's like a hole right there, that little black circle. I think that's a hole that they may have had to get into or to try and stop the fire or something like that. Very crazy. Very crazy. But yeah, like I said, fortunately everyone's good. And, they're okay. And they'll just have to figure out the property, get it fixed, and go from there. Silverado says kids were at the house. Anything could have started the fire. Glad nobody was hurt. Yeah. Kids trying to cook and, all that kind of stuff definitely leads to those kind of situations. And, like I said, just it's, really good that nobody was hurt. All right. So now that we got through that, let's go ahead and start breaking down these predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Week 18, the last call. This will be our last week of predictions for the 2003 NFL season. Man, I'll tell you this. It feels like 2023 just flew by. We're now into the third day of 2024. And it kind of doesn't feel like it, to be honest. It really doesn't feel like 2024 yet. But hey, we are here, and it definitely is. So let's go ahead and get into these predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into these predictions. NFL Week 18, we're going to be starting off with Saturday. We're going to have 2 games. It's going to be the Steelers versus the Ravens. After that, it's going to be Houston versus Indianapolis. I will be streaming the Texans and the Colts game. That's going to be at 8:15. So yeah, as far as the Ravens, people have been saying as far as whether or not Lamar was going to be playing in this game. There was some kind of an update saying that, he may and then he may not. I'm not sure. Right now, this thing is going to be completely very difficult to predict because we're not sure who's in, we're not sure who's out. There's been a few updates as far as certain players and certain individuals, but overall, I think we won't have a true understanding as far as who's going to be in come Sunday until maybe the day of. Quick shout out to Lutza. What up? What's going on with you? All right. So with this game, regardless, I just don't think that, the Steelers are going to have any kind of real chance against, the Ravens. The defense is strong. I think their secondary should do fine. The second stringers, if they do have them in there, if they have those guys resting, they should do fine. I think the Ravens overall as a team has a strong defense, strong offense. If Huntley comes out there, he's definitely going to ball out. So I'm still going to go and take the Ravens against the Steelers. They're at home. I'm going to rock with the Ravens and take them by 7. After that's going to be the Texans and the Colts, ladies and gentlemen. Texans and the Colts. At this point, right now, both these teams I think, have implications. We just went through it. Yeah, the Colts are, definitely there. The Texans. So this is going to be a huge game. I do feel like there's probably more talent on the Texan side of thing. So they may run it up on the score. I'm going to go ahead and take them by 14 against the Colts at home. I know. I'm probably selling your Colts short here, Lutza, but I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Texans by 14. I think it's going to be a solid game. Slow start for the Colts, and Texans may run it up a little early. Here we go. Getting into Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, 7th, 2024. This is going to be the last Sunday of regular season football. Obviously, we got your Browns and the Bengals, right? This Bengals coming off of a loss against the Chiefs. Cleveland on an immaculate run right now. I think this may be, a true test for Flacco once again. Can he go out there and ball out? Can he go out there and do what he needs to do on that field against this Bengals defense? I do think this may be a close one. Shout out to you, Father Time. I do think this may be a close one. It's probably going to come down to the wire. I'm thinking we may see, Browns win by 7, but it's probably going to be a tough fight, right? I'm not just going to give the Browns, a solid blowout here, because Cincinnati has been surprising with that defense and what they're able to do against, contending teams. And we'll see if Flacco can play through it. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Browns by 7. After that's going to be the Vikings versus the Lions. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm taking Lions. I'm taking Lions because they got robbed. I'm taking the Lions because they feel like they got robbed, and Dan Campbell is hot right now, and this team is going to come out on fire, ready to go. No, not to discredit the Vikings, right? They've got some good talent over there. I like what they're doing for the most part. It's been a tough year for them, especially with Kirk Cousins being out. But I just feel like the Lions are going to be much stronger at home, and it's not going to turn into a 1-point game. That is for sure. So I'm going to take Lions by 14. I think they put the hurt on the Vikings, and they win at home. After that's going to be the Jags versus the Titans, ladies and gentlemen. Jags versus the Titans. Will Levis and company versus the Jags. I'm not sure if Trevor's going to be in. So at this point, it's going to be very difficult for me to. Yeah, Trevor's not in. It's going to be very difficult for me to pick, the Jags over Titans at home, especially with Trevor being out. I'm going to go ahead and take the Titans in a close one. I'll take them by a field goal by 3. After that's going to be the Patriots in New England. Bill Belichick was basically asked this week, in regards to his job. He basically said, hey, I'm not worried about, job security. I'm just focused on these Jets. Spoken like a true Bill Belichick himself. So, yeah, interesting enough, I'm probably going to go ahead and take the Patriots at home. They gave the Bills a strong fight. It was really interesting how they started off. They started off very great. The real question is going to be whether or not Bailey Zappi can shake off the issues that he made in that Bills game, and if the Jets offense is going to put up a true fight, because they're really just relying on their defense at this point. So I'm going to give Bill Belichick the old salute, because he is probably going to be sending us off with a retirement after his last win against the Jets. I'm going to take the Eagles. The Patriots by 3. All right. After that's going to be Atlanta versus New Orleans, the Falcons versus the Saints. This should be a good one. I feel like this is definitely going to be one of those games where everybody's sitting on the edge of their seats who's watching it. You got the Saints at home, Atlanta looking to try and basically do something, potentially get into the playoffs. They're going to be playing their heart out. This very well could be a close one. I do like what the Saints have done, though. I'm probably going to take them because of that defense. They're at home, and Saints do play a little stronger at home, so I'm going to go ahead and take them by a touchdown against the Falcons. After that's going to be Tampa Bay versus the Panthers. And, hey, Bryce Young, right? Could this be the last game that he makes an actual stand? Could this be the last game that he actually goes out there and balls out and does great? Or will Baker Mayfield come out and say, hey, I'm Baker, I'm here, I'm ready to get paid and play again in 24, and come out there and do what I need to do for this team and for this franchise? I think we're going to get the second one. I think for some reason, I just think Baker's going to have a tough time in Carolina, and Bryce Young's going to end the season with the win and get those Panthers fans basically hyped up for next year. And I'll take Carolina by 7. I'm going to take Carolina by 7. That's going to be my heartbreak game right there. After that's going to be the Bears and the Packers, and this is going to be a huge one. Justin Fields now getting it together, working with the good chemistry of the team. Jordan Love, him playing masterful football, taking over that Green Bay franchise and making it his own. Who's going to take this one? I think it's going to be a dogfight down to the wire, but I'm going to give the edge to the Bears. They've been putting up a real fight against some solid teams, and I do think that the defense is playing a little bit better for the Bears in Green Bay right now. I will take the Bears by a field goal. I'll take the Bears by a field goal. Shout out to you, Lutz. I got you. I got you. After that is going to be the Broncos versus the Raiders. We've had our conversation in regards to the Broncos, and that organization is in shambles right now. With that said, I like everything that Pierce has been doing with this franchise and O'Connell and all those guys. Adams seems like he's found himself a newfound space of glory. Crosby is out there playing some solid football. That defense is stepping up, and everything's just clicking right now for the most part. I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders at home against Denver. I'm going to say by 10. I'm going to give them 10 points. 10 points. There you go. After that's going to be the Eagles and the Giants. Will this be another upset game? I'm not laughing at you Eagles fans. I'm just laughing at the fact that there was a loss last week against the Cardinals, and it was by the Eagles. That's all. I'm just laughing about that. No, in all reality, I think the Eagles have definitely been going through a lot. They've definitely lost the dominant identity. They've already punched their ticket into the playoffs, so it really doesn't matter. But I think the reality right now is playing, with some heart and, showing the league that you still have the determination to go out there and be winners. I think that's, the statement at the end of the season, last game of the season. Nobody wants to leave with an L. You want the W. And I think it's very important for them to get the win, not for the record, but more so for the respect and for the pride. Because if they get beat by the Giants, it's going to be another notch. And it's going to be another situation where I'm laughing probably a little bit harder. So I'm going to give the Eagles the benefit of the doubt and say they win by a touchdown. After that, it's going to be the Seahawks versus Arizona. And Arizona, listen, they know they're out. They know Seattle's trying to get in. Kyler Murray's playing some solid ball. This is a 50-50 for me because I feel like both sides are definitely going to play hard for their own respective reasons. And this game means more for the Seahawks. And I feel like, when you've got a team that's eliminated, they play just a little bit harder because they don't want to see you go to the playoffs. This one could definitely go either way. But I think Pete Carroll may pull it off. He may coach this team to a win. And I'm going to call it a close one. I'm going to say Seattle by a field goal against those Cardinals at home. After that's going to be the Chiefs versus Easton Stick. That's how I'm going to refer to the Chargers until Justin Herbert comes back. I'm going to refer to the Chargers as Easton Stick every time. It's going to be the Chiefs versus Easton Stick. And right now, I'm just not sure if, Patrick Mahomes and company really can, beat this offense and the defense that, the Chargers can bring. I definitely think they're still, trying to prove themselves and playing with some heart. we did see the Bengals have a strong start and then the Chiefs come back. But once again, the Chiefs did not look like that same team that we've known they could be. I think we'll kind of get the same situation here with the Chargers. But I will say that I ain't gonna play with Mahomes, and I'm gonna put some respect on his name because I don't feel like he's gonna go out like a sucker at the end of the season. And I'm gonna go ahead and give him the win by 7 points. Don't make me regret it, Patrick Mahomes. Don't make me regret it. He's not playing. That's right. Never mind. See how you got to switch it? That's right. Mahomes ain't playing. Gabertson, what is his name? I forgot his name. Yeah, the other guy's in. I seen it earlier. Had a brain freeze. Yeah. So that changes things. Because they're resting Mahomes. So maybe not. So many toss-ups. That's really what it is. So yeah. With that said, then we might just have to go Chargers. We might just have to go Chargers, ladies and gentlemen. Mahomes is out. Yeah. Battle of the backups. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in that one? Toss up 50-50. It's a wild guess here. I'm gonna go ahead and take Chargers then at home. Michelle says Mahomes is on vacation with Burrow. Oh, not on vacation with Burrow. After that, it's going to be the Rams and the 49ers. Well, we're not going to see Brock Purdy out there. We're going to see Sam Darnold. Obviously, this game is bigger for the Rams than the 49ers, so that's why. So, yeah. I mean, this definitely probably should be a Rams victory just because Sam Darnold is not that guy. And this game means more to the Rams as far as for what they need and potential playoff implications. So, yeah, I do think that the Rams could put up a strong fight and make it interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Rams the win by 7. 49ers already punched in their ticket, so I don't think they're going to be too worried about this game. Next up after that, it's going to be the Cowboys versus the Commanders. I mean, this is an automatic for me. The Commanders, I mean, they just haven't been doing too well. They need to make some, adjustments as far as on the defense and, that offensive line protecting Howell. It just hasn't been working out. Hopefully next year they can get some things together, rotate some players and pick up some new pieces. That's going to help Howell out, especially when you've got a lead and, they're trying to stop a team from coming back. There's a lot that goes into that. So I'm just going to go ahead and give the Cowboys the benefit of the doubt. Take them for the win by 14. All right, ladies and gentlemen. After that, the grand finale. Do it one more time. The grand finale. Well, yeah, it's the grand finale. The Bills and Miami. The Bills and the Dolphins. This is probably going to be one of the most important games, if not the most important game on Sunday. It's going to be at 8:20. I will be streaming this game. This is an automatic. I think the reality is this. We obviously seen what happened with, the Dolphins and the Ravens. And I was telling everybody that, Tua wasn't ready for that defense. They got mad. They got upset. Someone hit the DMs. They called me a douchebag. It's fine. I take it. It is what it is. They got upset, called me all kinds of names, and then they said it, and then they blocked me. Like, it was a few of them. It wasn't just one person. It was a few people that, they'll drop a message and then block me. It's like, why do you want to hit and run? Let's talk about it. But anyways, I said that, Tua wouldn't be able to handle the defense. The Dolphins lost. And then, obviously I didn't get a chance to respond to those messages because they blocked me, unfortunately. But they had to deal with the pain of that loss. So I guess that's greater than me saying anything because they had to deal with that loss. So there you go. After that, we get into the Bills, right? The Bills struggled against New England, obviously divisional rival. So, that's just how things go. But we're not going to discredit the fact that the Bills offense played poorly and the defense was the X factor that stepped up in that game and got the Bills to win. That's just the reality of it. So I want to have a quick talk about Joe Brady. Let's talk about Joe Brady. Because the reality is this. I didn't like, I want to say probably 70% of the plays that were called in that New England game. And it was really unfortunate because some of the personnel that was on the field really did not play to their true potential. And I think that's because they probably weren't either used to the playbook or they weren't ready. So then it becomes a question of, I'm not going to say coaching in general, but, when it comes to having a team ready and prepared, especially to go against a divisional rival, you would think that you have a solid game plan. And if your plan A doesn't work, you have a plan B. And it just seemed like they stuck with plan A and it didn't work for a while. And Bills had to skate by on the, help of the defense, which I will say, big ups to Sean McDermott because he had the defense ready. They balled out. They did their job. The real question is, why couldn't Joe Brady have this offense ready? I definitely think that's going to be the biggest determining factor in this game. The defense, obviously, probably are going to have a little bit of trouble as far as with that offense. And the reality is this. If the Bills are going to win this game, it's going to flip-flop. It's not going to be the defense this time that wins the game. It's going to be the offense because the Bills should put up enough points to beat them out instead of making it a shootout. So there you go. I am going to take my Bills. You guys already know. I'm going to take my Bills. But I think the score is very important. I think I'm going to go ahead and give the Bills 14 this time, even though it's probably going to be a little closer than expected. The current odds for this game is by 3. By 3, but I think the Bills take care of business offensively. They wrap up the issues that they had with the offense against New England, and they go into Miami with the true game plan and go out there and win. Shout out to Brian Allen coming through with the $27.17 donation. Shout out to you, Brian Allen. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Let's go. This is my prediction on Buffalo-Miami game. Go Bills. Thanks for everything. Shout out to you, man. 27-17. I like it. That almost fits into my narrative as far as 14 points. We're almost there. I like it. 27-17. Anybody else got any predictions for the score before we get into this prediction? Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away some Score football cards to one lucky subscriber. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to give away these cards momentarily here once we get through the predictions. Kent says 27-17. Okay, shout out to Patty, says I find that people are too sensitive. Patty, you already know. Brian says offense struggle with Josh Hurt. Yeah, that's the question. Simone says the Tua is back. Will be very close. We'll see. Aiden says 48-20 Bills. Father Tom says 28-17. Forrest says 34-17 Bills. Interesting says 38-7 Bills. Silverado says 38-28 Bills. Basketball Kid says 70-7. Oof. All right. 70-7. Rap says I can't predict score, just who can win. Hey, listen, as long as it works. James says yes, let's go. What a great thing to do for the fans. Yeah, without a doubt. All right. We're going to make this very easy for you guys. Very easy. Where's my pen at? Come on, Jay. Oh, here it is. All right. We're going to go ahead and give away these cards, ladies and gentlemen, to one lucky subscriber. Score. Put it up for you to real close. There we go. Score 2023. 8 packs, 22 cards in each packs. There is 132 cards inside. New rookies. Maybe a signature in there, maybe an autograph. Who knows? But one lucky winner will go ahead and get these cards. And here we go. So what we're going to do is I am going to We're gonna do guess the number. I am thinking of, but before you do it, don't do the numbers yet. Don't do it yet. I'm gonna write down the number. Let me write down the number. All right. I am thinking of a number between 0 and 100. 0 and 100. And the first person to guess the number wins the prize. I am thinking of a number between 0 and 100. First person to guess the number wins the prize. I've got it written down. Let me put it up in my hand here so you guys see it. I have it written down. And there it is. There it is. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 100. Shout out to you, Bob. One guess, man. One guess per comment. All right, let me go back. We got 67, 53, 69. Oof. 14, 58, 29, 19, 99, 69. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 100, ladies and gentlemen. First person to guess the number wins the cards. Says, man, this is hard. Kent says 32. James says 67. Hey, make sure. Oh, okay. Oh, let me do that. So nobody can see it. 46, 20, 13. Wow, nobody's guessed it yet. This is a good one. See, I'm gonna start using this. I'm gonna start using this when we do giveaways. All right. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 100, ladies and gentlemen. 24, 9, 75, 77, 26. 28, 72, 11. Somebody's close. Somebody's close, but they ain't got it yet. One score or one number per comment. Yo. One number per one set of numbers per comment. Don't put a row of numbers in there, yo. Between 0 and 100, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking of a number between 0 and 100. Somebody's been close multiple times and nobody's guessed it yet. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Luther says pizza. Oh, man, I still haven't seen it yet. Here we go. Here we go. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Demidge. Let me show you guys the number. It was 83. 83, and I put it up on the screen as soon as I seen it. Shout out to Demidge for winning the cards, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, Demidge. Shout out to you, man. You got it. You won the cards. Congratulations. And the number was 83. Demidge, shoot me an email with your contact information, and I'll go ahead and I'll get those numbers or get the cards over to you. Some of you guys were so close. I seen 84, 81. I was like, somebody's got to get it soon. And oh yeah, just shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll send it to you, bro. Ernie says it was scripted. That's why I wrote it down. I wrote it down, went like this, held it the whole time. That way there's no discrepancies. No discrepancies. So 83 was the number, ladies and gentlemen. Demidge was the guesser who won the cards. Score 2023. I'm going to have another giveaway for the family and the Wrench Gang. We'll have some really nice boxes. We'll have some really nice boxes of cards coming for the Wrench Gang and the family. So if you're not a part of the Wrench Gang or the family, make sure you join up. Make sure you subscribe, that we have access to giveaways. I'm also gonna have a jersey coming in soon too. It's gonna be a nice one. It's gonna be a real nice one, and we're getting started. We're getting started. It's gonna be some good stuff coming as we head into the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, and it's gonna be a fun time like it always is. Like it always is. So there you go. Rav says, "Why did you pick 83?" I was just thinking about it. I was like, you know what? 83. There you go. There you go. Ernie Rouse says, I said 38. I have dyslexia. I deserve. Oh, man. Brian says, Red Rush jersey. I mean, I could. I could if someone wants me to sign it and give it away. It's got to be after like it's got to be like after a Bills victory though. It's got to be after a Bills victory. So, yeah, after a Bills victory, I may go ahead and give away the red color rush and sign it. That thing's went through some real sweat and tears. That's for sure. Demis says, I'm going to need you to sign the box though, Jay. Well, it's like wrapped in plastic, yo. So if I sign it, it's gonna like probably just come right off. So, I mean, unless you want me to just open the box and then sign the box and leave the cards unopened, I can do that too. Let me know. Let me know. Shout out to Shantae. Says the Bills got to win this game. They risk being put out of the playoffs if they don't. That's a fact. That is a fact. Shout out to Kent, Andre Reed. Yo, I'm so mad. He was like, yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Andre Reed's number, yo. There you go. Somebody figured it out. Somebody figured it out. Yeah, take the plastic off and sign it. All right, bro. Yeah, I'll just take the plastic off. We'll leave the cards untouched. That way you can open them at your leisure. And I'll just sign the box and I'll mail it to you. You know, just send me your address through Facebook and I got you, bro. I'll get it to you in the next couple days. So shout out to you, Jacob. Where you at, bro? So Jay, what is your thoughts on the NFL teams resting their starters this week? Well, first let me get to Shantae's comment. So the Bills got to win. Yeah, this is a must-win game, and I think at the end of the day, the reality is this: we don't need to rely on someone losing, right? We don't need to rely on someone losing to get to the playoffs. No one wants to be in that kind of situation. So you draw up a proper game plan that you know is going to give you the advantage against the Dolphins, right? You've had plenty enough time, Joe Brady, to put this thing together and have this team ready going into this game, knowing as far as how big this game is, how big this moment is, and what's at stake. You need to have this team 100% ready. I like what Sean McDermott was doing as far as with the defense. He had the defense ready to go against New England. Have that same defense ready to go against these Dolphins because we're going to need everything to click and gel together. Shout out to you, Shantae. Jacob, here we go. So, Jay, your thoughts on NFL teams resting their stars this week? I think it's good. I think it's very important, especially if you've already punched in the ticket. You know, rest those guys that you're going to need for the playoffs. Make sure they're crispy, ready to go. You don't want them to get injured. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you lose your star players in a game that really doesn't have huge implications for you specifically or the team. So yeah, definitely. I'm cool with it. It makes sense. It makes sense. The Miz says Brian Allen gets a pack. Jeff King gets a pack. We all get a pack. Oh man. Times might have lost of words for once, Midge. Lamar MVP. When you do, they give out an MVP trophy. Yeah, like I said, we got a great giveaway coming up for the Wrench Gang and the family. So they'll have their chance. They got some good stuff coming. We'll let the other guys enjoy their prize, ladies and gentlemen. Joseph, what up, man? Says Lamar MVP. When do they give out the MVP trophy? It's normally what, 2 weeks? We know about 2 weeks into the 2 weeks into the playoffs after the season's over. Yeah, it's normally about 2 weeks, something like that. We should see. So yeah, let's go, yo. So tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting into the college championship prediction. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna lock it down. We're gonna break everything down, and it's gonna be absolutely great. Washington and Michigan. I predicted both teams to get to the championship. It's been nothing short of absolutely amazing. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to stream it. I think we're going to have a hell of a time. Um, yeah, we did historical numbers on January 1 with the Bama and Michigan game, and hopefully this next one is just as great. And I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, tomorrow we'll break down Michigan and Washington, and it's going to be a good one. Shout out to Aiden, says Josh Allen MVP. You know, we get into this conversation as far as, whether or not Allen deserves it, who does, who doesn't. I think at the end of the day is this. You have to look at the record. You have to look at the obviously the stats, but you have to take the record as far as in a whole and then contrast it to the stats specifically and, how they played throughout the season before, you can really make a true vote for them to be MVP. And as much as I love Allen, I just don't think that, he's basically put himself in a position to get it due to the record, right? If we'd have beat the Eagles, beat the Broncos, I think we're having a different conversation then. But unfortunately, just with the record, it's probably just not there. Let's go, Brian Allen, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Allen coming through with the 100. Says this natty is going to be awesome. Yeah, man, it's going to be great. Like I said, I'm excited. And I'm kind of mad at myself for a couple of reasons. I'll tell you this, Brian. So I've been wanting to call college for a while, but we've been so heavy on NFL, and it's got to be like some kind of a balance, right? It's got to be some kind of a balance because, right, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, a lot of the NFL games was on Saturday, and it was like, kids, life, and all that kind of stuff. But next season, I'm telling you guys right now, next season, I'm definitely going to start incorporating more college on Saturdays, even if it's like more of like an early game, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, stuff like that. We're going to start really putting college football, heavily into the rotation. I was doing it 2 years ago, but like it wasn't really come on, get it together, Jay. Coinciding with the NFL schedule, and then I was doing NBA too. But now I have a kind of clearer vision as far as how I want to do the schedule coming up as far as with the sports. Like we'll get into college basketball soon after we wrap up the championship and the playoffs. We'll start getting into the college basketball. Then we'll start getting into March Madness. We always do that, but we'll get into March Madness. After that, we'll start getting back into the NBA heavy, and then baseball. Right, baseball's going to be hot this year. Obviously, you guys know what happened with the Dodgers, and if you don't, they've got some huge acquisitions. They spent a lot of money, and maybe the Dodgers may be that team to beat this year. And if they're not, what a bust that would be if you spent $1.5 billion and the Dodgers just absolutely ends up stinking up the place. But yeah, we'll get into some baseball. I do like that they've added the pitch clock. That's made the game faster, and they've shaved some time off. So hopefully, we don't get too many boring games, because that's been the real issue as far as with baseball with me. It's like, I like baseball, but I just don't like sitting through the long games sometimes. So we'll see. We're definitely going to add it to the stream schedule though, for sure. Because I think baseball is going to be huge this year for sure. I think it's going to be huge this year. Boston says the Dodgers should win at least 125 games this season. 125. Shout out to Mitch. Says Dodgers spent All that money because they lost to mid payroll team Arizona. That's kind of crazy, right? Like, just imagine, um, if they end up losing to like a mediocre team and you spend all this money, you got all this talent and you still lose. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy. But no, I think they'll do well. But there's a lot of competition. New York's changed up some things. The Yankees they made some improvements. Um, Angels they're in a weird situation right now, but they still got some heavy hitters over there for sure. So yeah, definitely want to get back into baseball a little bit more heavy and get into those games. We'll stream those, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great for sure. Texas Rangers, yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody expected the Rangers to go to the World Series last year, and it was such a surprise, and it was great to see for sure. For sure. Ludus says blame the refs. Deferred contract by Otani. Yeah, I mean he still got the contract, but he just deferred the money. That's what's so amazing about Otani's situation. It's like, he's willing to push it off in lieu of getting the short money now, and that lets you know as far as his character, because it's like he's getting all this money, but he's like, you know what? I don't need it now. I'll just push it off, and we'll make the team better, and then we'll figure the payment out later. How many NFL players doing that right now? And how many NFL players teams suck because they're not doing that right now? Very interesting, right? Says he's making all that money off the field that he can defer $680 million. It's crazy, man. It's crazy for sure. Rab says hockey changed also, but not for the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wanted to call hockey. Some people were saying do it. Some people were saying don't do it. The reason why, I've been a little not hesitant, but kind of just turned off by streaming hockey is I guess it's super fast. Like you have to really, really be on it. The change of possessions are so fast, and I know and understand hockey. I got to learn some of the players' names and all that kind of stuff, and really get into that. So if that was the case, I'm looking at something I would have to study a little more for before we'd get into hockey. But it's going to be college football, college basketball, NFL, NBA, and baseball. Shante says, I think Washington will win it all. We'll get into it tomorrow. I'm excited for it for sure. Like I said, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a hell of a game, right? We've seen Alabama put up a fight, Michigan put up a fight, and then, it turned into a defensive battle where nobody scored for a little while. And then, both teams came down the field, they striked, and then, Michigan ended up taking it in OT, which I figured it was going to be some kind of weird situation and things would start shifting as far as with the momentum for Michigan, and it did. So yeah. John Balmer, what up, man? Says I enjoyed tuning into your streams. You seem to have fun with your audience. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's always fun, always a good time. Family friendly environment. And yeah, always a good time. Basketball kid says, you know what, Jay? I want to play for football, but now I want to play basketball. Hey, listen, play both. Play both and see what you like the most and then stick with it. Or if you like both, do both if you can, or if it permits. But there's a lot of strain in your body. So, when people do ask me that question, I say, hey, play both, figure out which one you're better at or which one you love the most, and then stick with it and go from there. Shout out to you, man. Brian says we talk too much to follow a basketball or hockey game stream. No, we do pretty good with basketball. We do. Basketball is good. We get into the playoffs and the finals and all that, and it's always a good time. So, yeah. Rap says hockey is hard to call. A lot of anticipation involved. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I'm very good at basketball, so it's got to be close to that. It's I know it's faster, but it's pretty close to basketball. Basketball is fast. Some people don't realize how fast basketball is when you're calling it and when you're commentating on it. And hockey obviously is a little bit faster, but basketball it's a breeze for me as far as that goes. Demid says Pistons winning it all this year. yeah, yeah, the Pistons. Could you imagine they come back and do win it all? That would be nuts. What's the futures on that? That's definitely something to look into, without a doubt. Interesting thing says great. Thank you. Hope all is well for you, Lutz. Happy New Year. Yeah, happy New Year to you guys. If I didn't get a chance to say it to you, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope you guys all have a great 2024. Happy, healthy, successful, and definitely the most important things. I hope you guys do have a great 24. Make it a great year for sure. For sure. Started off strong over here. We're having a great year. Everything's good. Family's good. And, I think the important thing is understanding if you do have a resolution to stay consistent, to keep going, stay focused with it. Don't give up on it, and, keep motivation by finding that, it was within you all this time and you just pushed it off. And now you can use this as motivation and keep going. So that's my little advice to you guys. If you made a resolution, don't quit. Realize that you've had it in you the whole time and you chose this day to keep going. So don't stop. Don't stop. Even if it's something small, right? Because small increments lead to big changes. So make sure you keep going. I know it may get hard, but you'll be fine. Just keep at it. And eventually you'll thank yourself for it later. For sure. Shante, my New Year's is good. My New Year's is good. It was great. It was great. Cooked a ton of food. We did the college game. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Without a doubt. Shout out to you. How was yours? Brian Allen says opposite seasons and you'll gain different strengths. I was baseball and wrestling. Nice. Shout out to you, Brian. Baseball and wrestling. Let's go. Raph says, may the world calm down a bit for 24. Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother discussion for sure. That's a whole nother discussion for sure. We got time. We did the giveaway. We did predictions. We did the playoff implications. We can just chop it up for a little bit. I got another 30 minutes with you guys. I'm not going to go in a crazy direction, but I like what you said there, Rap. For multiple reasons. I think the reality is there's a lot going on in the world that a lot of people try to understand. They try to decipher, and there's a lot of conspiracies and a lot of garbage out there. One thing, or for those who know, if you know me and you've been listening to me for a while, I always talk about preparation, right? Always hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And the truth is, nobody wants to really get into or anticipate that something crazy could or will happen. But you also can't, you can't just turn a blind eye to how the world's turning and what's going on in the world right now. So, without all the propaganda and without all the fear mongering, live your life, but be prepared. Go on about your day, but be prepared so that that, hey, if something was to go wrong or if something was to happen, I can protect myself, I can protect my family, and depending on what kind of situation, I have the ability to survive. That's going to be the biggest part of it all, right? It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't matter, if you're left, right, black, white, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. Humanity is at a weird point right now as far as society in general, So you have to try to navigate through all that while staying sane and avoiding all the propaganda, avoiding all the garbage, while also understanding that there is some things that you do need to know, some things that you do need to pay attention to, and some things that you have to see and don't see, hear and don't hear. And after that, you should be fine. You know, I remember I remember back when year 2000, Y2K, everyone was freaking out. Everyone was up in arms. I remember going with my father. I went with my father to the gun store, picked up ammunition, guns, all that kind of stuff, food, everybody. It was packed. I remember we went there, and I remember saying to myself, I'm like, well, what if nothing happens? Right? We're prepared, but what if nothing happens? And it was always from the mindset of not thinking that, oh, nothing could happen, but it was in the sense of, what if nothing happens? It's good that we are prepared if it does. And as you guys know, obviously nothing did happen. Everybody just enjoyed the year 2000. And that's, we always get into these kind of situations where every 4 or 5 years, something crazy happens or something is mentioned that could happen. And, we're all dealing with the situation and moving on from it and learning from it and potentially, hopefully, coming together more from it. So I think that's a reality. I think we learned a lot in year 2020. I definitely did. I'm sure some of you learned how to survive. I'm sure some of you got used to being secluded. And I think the biggest point of reference here is you can never have too much toilet paper. That's my point. You can never have too much toilet paper. There you go. There you go. Shout out to you, Wally G. What up, man? What's going on with you? Says my son was born in the turn. All hype. That's it. What's up, man? Hey. Better to be safe than sorry, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's real. I obviously try to make a little joke out of it to keep it light, but you guys know. You guys know. You know. Father Time says some of you got used to being secluded. That's probably the scariest thing that happened. Yes and no. And I know why you're going there because it is very important. There's two parts to that, right? So the one part, like I said, I don't want to go too deep because you know how them people are. But there's two parts to it, and there's one part where nobody wants that to happen. You already know what I'm talking about. Nobody wants that to happen, and nobody should ever be subject to that and forced to do anything. But there's also the flip side to it, right? If, and I say if and when something did happen, you now have the capability of being mentally sane if you had to be secluded. And I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a silver lining to that situation for sure. For sure. Shout out to Silverado. Says I'm sending you pics of the home I just rented here. Brand new place, brand new furniture, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $235 a month. What? Yo, wait a minute. $235 a month over in Thailand, huh? Man, that's some interesting stuff right there, yo. $235. Ooh. Could pay that up for like 10 years and be good, yo. I have no worries. Hey, when do you pay the mortgage? Like a decade. Let's go. Shout out to Patty, says I've always been saying. Little drinky drink. Little drinky drink. Shout out to you, Patty. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man. So yeah, you know, that's the kind of stuff that, you know. Ryan says, take it easy, Jay. Not the same freedoms. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. The price sounds good. I'll go out there to visit. You know, it's nothing wrong with visiting. Just a little bit, have a little bit of fun. Have a little bit of fun. That's all. You know. Uh, says John says, oh yeah, glad Tyreek Hill. So yeah, Tyreek Hill being all right is definitely important. Most importantly, I don't think he was in the house, but you know the kids and stuff that was probably in the house. That's huge. That's definitely huge. So glad that his family's okay for sure. That's for sure. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we're gonna get into these predictions for Washington and Michigan. It's gonna be great. I'm glad to actually be breaking down some college. I haven't broke down college in a while. Because, you know, college gets to people crazy. You thought NFL was crazy. Listen, I forgot. I ain't even going front. I forgot how crazy college makes people. And it's just so amazing to see. And we witnessed it during that Alabama and Michigan game. It was absolutely crazy. People were going nuts. We had 15,000 in the house. And, you know, it came to a point where I was like, yo, I can't read the chat. I was trying to decipher messages and like pick through. It got to a point where I couldn't even read the chat. So, you know, you guys definitely came and showed up. And shout out to the Wrench Gang for holding it down as much as they could. But listen, Wrench Gang, when it gets like that, just let it roll. Just let it roll because you guys aren't going to have the ability to really, you know, block anything totally. Unless it's like the bots, you know, because at the end of the day, it gets crazy. It gets crazy, and I don't want you guys being stressed out. You know, that's not what you guys are here for. But yeah, when we get like 7,000, 10,000, 15,000 people, just let the chat roll. If you see a bot, try and take it out. But other than that, it's you know, it can get wild. It get wild. But it was a great time. It was a great time, and I think you know, that's eventually obviously where this is going to go. And you know, we get tested. My big thing is, you know, how am I going to be able to still have the same kind of like recourse with the chat, you know, when things are moving that fast. And I'm gonna have to probably obviously, you know, resort to like slow mode and things like that. But there's gonna be messages coming through that people send like a minute ago, and people are gonna get mad. Jay, you didn't see my message, and it's like, yo, like it just came through like 2 minutes ago. So we'll have to figure it out. But yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Mrs. Purple is throwing people out left and right. Shout out to Purple Don't Play. She was not playing. She was not playing. John says you're on the way to 75,000 subscribers and beyond. Yeah, you know, it's been a long ride. It's been a great ride. It's never been a race for me. You know, a lot of people, they did some crazy stuff. They blew up quick and then they just vanished. We're going on our 4th official season. Next season will be our 4th official season. And it's just been absolutely amazing. Obviously, with all the other, you know, sports and things like that, we've grown as well. But you know, NFL has definitely been the it's been the, you know, the core to the channel. And so it's been great. It's been great. And we're not done. We still got the playoffs and Super Bowl to go. It's amazing. It really is. So yeah, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go and get something to eat. It's 8:15 on the East Coast here. I will See you guys tomorrow for the Michigan versus Washington predictions. We'll get into that. And then I will prepare for the weekend, week 18. Then we'll get into the play or the championship on Monday. There you go. There you go. Much love to all you guys. Have a great night. God bless you all. Shout out to you, Tactical. Says Jay, I said the silver play button. You might have not believed me. You coming up on that threshold. Much deserved. Man, listen. I think I think of it as more of a community effort. You guys have made this a great experience for me. I'm just glad to be calling the games for such amazing people. And if it wasn't for you guys, then it wouldn't exist. So, like I always say, much appreciated to all you guys for being here, because without each of you, this wouldn't exist. And you guys have definitely been great, been wonderful. We have I know that we have the best community on YouTube, hands down. And it's like a true family. So I do thank you all for being a part of it. And there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow for the Washington and Michigan. I'm tired. Washington and Michigan predictions. I got to go eat and relax. I'm tired. It's been a long day. And we'll go from there. You guys have a great night. Peace out.